All right, trade recap for, Thursday, the 22nd of January, 2026. Let's get started, but first let's go over a few things. I am a student of this gentleman. This is Pat Mitchell. He is a professional day trader, though he originally was in blue-collar work, and he has been in the markets for a little over a decade now, and he has built up a incredible process and knowledge base when it comes to learning how to day trade. He runs a service called Trick Trades. He has also put together inside of Trick Trades a program called Size Up, and that's what I do. And it is a structured program for learning how to day trade. You start with a small cash account and you basically build that up with your education, experience, and screen time to eventually hit different milestones and become a full-time professional day trader. So if you're interested in something like that, great person, probably one of the highest quality coaches when it comes to day trading out there. If not the highest quality, I don't personally know of any other coaches that I can stand by or say that about. And I've been around a few of them in terms of their services, and nothing even comes close to what Pat offers. So if you're looking for a high quality coach, I cannot recommend him enough. And like I said before, you can find him over at tricktrades.com. He also has a YouTube channel on his own where he posts recaps usually daily. If you want to check that out, you can get a little preview of the kind of information he offers and the quality. And that is just a very, very small amount of the knowledge he possesses. But yeah, definitely check him out. It will be worth your time and effort to go through some of his content and judge for yourself. And with that being said, let's get into the charts. All right. So, fairly clean day price action wise. Got our levels from pre-market plotted out. And as you can see in between them, a whole lot of moving averages. Had the 5, the 9, and the 20. And that was worked into the trade plan. As you might expect, through risk levels up. When we were first coming to open, we were looking all right. I noticed that at the open, for me, I don't know if anyone else had issues, whether it was my internet or something, but there was some weird like desyncing between my broker and my charts right here, and the options chain didn't seem to be updating properly. So let's get some entries up. So the first trade that was taken was Q's into this level, and because I was having those issues, didn't execute as it was coming into, or even when it was just screwing around here for a little bit. Just didn't know whether or not those issues had completely subsided, and just wanted to make sure they did before potentially pulling the trigger, so I didn't get myself in a situation I did not want to be in. And then once it looked like it was all good, did start in, came down a little bit lower, added, and then tested risk. Came through risk a little bit, so I added again to really correct the average, and then it was looking like this was going to fail. So on that first reaction, just started stripping out the position, and then when it popped up, got out the rest, and as you can see, it came back up and then failed. So pretty good there, minus the little whatever technical glitch that was right there at the beginning. It does happen, but it's good to have, a backup plan. Like if you broker should have an app that way, should your computer go down or something, you have a way of closing out positions. That way you don't are just blind, you have no idea what's going on. And then on the second trade was on SPY. Took this one twice off the moving averages. So it came down, hit the 20 first, got that little reaction. Well, I wouldn't say little, but it was adequate. It was about 50-cent reaction on the equity. In and out real quick. That wash kind of made it look like it was going to be a little weaker potentially. So we didn't want to throw any kind of size or give it a whole lot of room to sort itself out, especially when there's an opportunity to basically exit properly. Then it came down, broke through the 20 moving average, came into the 9, tested that one, basically did the same thing. It's coming into the 9, entered, and waited for that first reaction. When I got that first reaction, immediately stripped it out. So, in essence, 3 trades on the day, which is about where I'd like to cut it. Any more than that, I would classify that as overtrading unless it's something that's extremely specific. As Pat teaches us, the more trades you execute, that's more time in the market, that's more risk exposure, that's more variables, so you gotta watch out for that. And if overtrading is something that you do, I mean, that's a pretty serious issue that it's best to get figured out early. I mean, it comes down to emotional control and discipline, which is extremely important to us, especially over the long term. If you don't have those, you're going to be just going in all kinds of different directions. You won't be consistent. You won't be able to really necessarily even figure out what you're doing wrong, especially if you don't realize you're being overly emotional, undisciplined. Again, talking about it seems like it'd be a fairly obvious thing, but you don't know what you don't know, and sometimes critiquing yourself can be difficult. I kind of have the opposite problem. I tend to be overly harsh on myself and over critique. So again, I guess it can be a double-edged sword, just put it that way. But other than that, pretty clean price action. So long as you weren't trying to, again, hit home runs or anything. You should never be trying to hit home runs. Just take the opportunities as they're given to you. And yeah, it all comes together, especially when you have a sound strategy and a sound trade plan, which having a high quality coach and teacher that can put those together, show you how it's done, makes all the difference in the world. And Pat does a phenomenal job at that every single day, live on screen share in the morning with us before the market even opens. So if you're looking for a phenomenal coach that can show you how this is done day in, day out, irregardless of what conditions the market may be in, he's your guy. Head over to tricktrades.com, read about him, join the service if you're interested. He also has a YouTube channel. Check that out. You won't be disappointed. That is his free content. There's a ton of it over there. It's really high quality, but it's not everything. That's just scratching the surface on this. And on the inside of Trick Trades, his service, there is significantly more. It's hard to actually digest it all, the amount of content he has. But yeah, check it out. One thing I want to speak on real quick, because I've noticed this actually pop up on a couple of YouTube channels that I watch. Prop firms and advertisement for prop firms, especially from people that don't, as far as I know, invest or trade to any degree, now promoting prop firms. The vast majority of prop firms are a complete and total scam. They're just there to take your money. They're going to charge you a ridiculous amount for some stupid course and then send you on your way. Or they'll have stupid little gamification almost of the learning process. Stay away from that shit. It's not worth it. Not worth your time, not worth the money, especially what they charge. A lot of them I've seen, I think the cheapest I saw was $3,000 for a stupid course, and went up from there to $5,000, $6,000 for what Pat charges a month to be coached live on screen share, day in, day out, plus recaps, plus the video library and all the content he makes. It is definitely worth the money, especially when you compare it to these other places that it's insane what they charge and what they give you in terms of quality. So again, that kind of seems salesmanship-like, but just be careful. Do your due diligence in this space. There are a lot of shysters out there, and yeah, don't want to see anyone get their money taken from them, because yeah, these people, they have no scruples. So just watch yourself out there. And if you have any questions about trick trades or Pat or something that you want to ask, just let me know. It's one of the things. I'll give you my honest take on everything. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.